They can't win, man. You know, and go to 2 Kings 17 and verse 13. You know, because these things were prophesied to happen to us to go going down, and nothing tells you about a nation more than the state of the relationship between the man and the woman of that nation, man.
Yeah,
that's another thing too, which we'll probably get to with the curses. You know, and then the condition of our men, man. We're at an all-time low.
That's right.
An all-time low, man. That's why no one believes that this is the beauty of the Most High putting this down in this level, is that no one expects us to be risen up from our state. No one expects that. So this is going to go into the northern kingdom being taken down. So you can just go ahead.
This is 2 Kings chapter 17, verse 13. Yet the Most High testified against Israel.
So you see, again, another testifying against Israel. Keep going.
And against Judah, by all the prophets and by all the seers, saying, turn ye from your evil ways, and keep my commandments and my statutes, according to all the law which I commanded your fathers, and which I sent to you by my servants the prophets.
That's right. Starting with Moses.
That's right.
Keep going.
Notwithstanding they would not hear, but harden their necks like the neck of their fathers.
That's why the reason why when we tell our people, look, Thanksgiving is not real. Christmas is not real. There's no New Year's. There's no birthdays being celebrated in Israel.
Right.
There's no, you keep going with our people, but they're going to harden their heart. A lot of our people, they're just going to harden their heart.
Right,
They're going to look at you crazy.
That's right.
You know, they're going to look at you crazy. But Houston tell them, the prophets. That's why the Most High is even doing another hardening process, man, a major hardening right now, man, especially here in Babylon.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's why these jakes going to be confused. If this guy gets inaugurated, man, the confusion going to go up on another level. The shame. You know?
Man.
The shame going to go up on another level if this guy gets inaugurated. Whether he gets inaugurated or not, shame, it's going to be a great, great confusion going on with Jake. When stuff start getting passed, legislation, different things start occurring, Jake going to not know what the hell to do.
Yeah.
These Edomites getting bolder than ever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And let that man get inaugurated, man. They're going to be out there with a rifle waiting for Jake to do something. Like, I wish you wouldn't. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah.
You're going to probably see an increase in these...
open carry.
Yeah, and these shooting of these Jakes by these Edomites.
Yeah.
You know, and they just...
Because they're going to be more emboldened.
Yeah.
Their man is in power.
Yeah. And see, if your confidence is not into these scriptures, man, that defense is not upon you.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, though these things tick us off as well to see that our people getting destroyed like this, you know, the confidence in the scriptures tells us, hey, look, the vengeance is the Most High's. We're going to wait on him. You know what I mean? But the Jakes who are not defended or not under that covering, they're going to act. They're going to act out their aggressions upon Esau, and they're going to get a repercussion for that, man. Because that sword, the power of the sword is still in this man's hand, because this is his kingdom, man.
Exactly.
And they also are the Most High sword.
Yeah, that's right.
Against Jake.
That's right,
That's right. So Jake can't see that, man, because like you said, bro, when stuff start happening, Jake gonna want to get lashed out.
Yeah.
Jake gonna want to get militant, which they got guys set up in amongst Jake to push y'all to militancy.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
But y'all won't listen. A lot of Jake, y'all don't want to listen. A lot of guys set up even in the so-called Israelite movement.
Yeah.
Whether it be civil rights movement, Black Panther, Nation of Islam, a lot of Israelite camps, movements. Some brothers are sincere in these, and what happens is they seduce the simple. They get you in these groups because you want change, but you don't know that they actually about the changing of the guard into the new world order.
Right.
You don't understand that, and that's why Jake, you're gonna get caught up. We've been telling Jake, stop with the Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Been telling Jake, don't deal with it. But a lot of you Jakes, some of y'all even know y'all getting paid. This is how wicked some of these Jakes are. We're telling you that it's set up, and some of y'all got Jakes are even going in there and going and taking them payments to be protesters in them protests. And you don't ask yourself, what is the end game?
Set up and getting payments, man. Come on, man. You hear the word set up and I'm getting paid. What that's telling you?
Yeah.
I mean,
all them leaders that set up for Black Lives Matter, they're all paid and bought for. D-Ray McKay or whatever, I forgot what his name is. These the three girls are all lesbians.
Yeah.
The dude that's in the movie, he deals with men. What is the agenda? Just like we was talking about last week, the civil rights movement, Martin Luther King, all the guys are set up.
That's right.
NAACP.
That's right.
You know, look it up. Look up the history. they're all set up and controlled by the same people that you think you're going up against. And they're controlling the narrative for you. So let's go ahead and keep going back on that.
This is 2 Kings chapter 17, verse 14. Notwithstanding, they would not hear, but hardened their necks like to the neck of their fathers, that did not believe in the Lord thy power.
That's key. They didn't believe.
Didn't believe.
Faith. They didn't have faith.
There it is.
They didn't have faith in the power, man. They had faith in Esau.
That's right.
They didn't have faith in the Most High that he could do things and turn things around for them. And see, that's the reason why this thing is not going to be for all Israel. There's always going to be a subset of people amongst our nation that just don't have the gift of faith.
Yeah, that's right.
And without faith, you cannot please the Most High. That's in Hebrews 11.
That's right.
You can't please him if you don't got faith. All this, you got all these pro-black Israelites. You over here worried about whether or not a guy can grow a fro or if he's darker than a paper bag.
Yeah.
To determine if he's Israel. But you faithless. So how
Right.
is Most High gonna basically hearken unto you in your prayers when you don't even have faith?
Yeah.
But just because you look like Shaft, Richard Roundtree.
And you out there on the block cussing out these different nations of people, you don't know who they is.
Yeah,
Right.
you know who they are.
You know what I'm saying? You messing up your own blessings by doing that.
That's right.
Stuff.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
The gospel's spiritual.
Yeah. It's
That's
spiritual.
right.
It's all about faith. Most High's not gonna go and be like, well, look, I gotta get everybody to look like an NFL or NBA team. You know, people want to project that image.
Yeah.
You know, because image is everything. That's the reason why when you go to places, you go to some of these other groups, they don't even got a Northern Kingdom in there. Like ICPK, they talk about black Muslims, but they're a pro-black group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all they are.
And you know? And that's why anybody that comes by that's not born on the soils of America or in the Americas and don't look like a Jake, he's automatically heathen.
Yeah. Right. Not
You know?
knowing that Jake was scattered throughout the whole world, man.
Because they don't have faith in the scriptures, they don't have faith in the prophecies.
Right.
Because to believe in Yahushua is also to believe in the prophecies concerning our nation and our fall and our deliverance.
Yeah.
So keep going on.
Verse 15. And they rejected his statutes and his covenant that he made with their fathers, and his testimonies which he testified against them. And they followed vanity and became vain, and went after the heathen that were around about them, concerning whom the Most High had charged them, that they should not do like them.
Ooh.
Hey, what? Come on, bro.
Ooh.
That's what our people did.
Yeah.
Man, that's heavy right there.
They went after the heathen's ways, man. He said we should not be like them. You're you know?
They did it then and still doing it today.
Yeah. Give me hold that. Give me Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 33.
What was that previous scripture y'all just brought out?
2 Kings.
2 Kings. Oh, okay.
17 and 15.
Oh, okay.
Jeremiah 2 and 33.
This is Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ways thy ways.
Say, read it again.
The wicked ones thy ways. Like,
Yeah.
let me start from the top.
Start from the top.
Jeremiah 3 and 33. 2 and 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou always taught the wicked ones thy... Thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways.
That's right. That's what happened. Our people trimming their ways to seek love. We want to basically, and even amongst people that believe that they're Israel, you're still trimming your ways, man, to seek love of those that are. And see, here it is. You can't be going on the block teaching against our nation, and you doing the same thing.
Yeah, we was talking about that last night about how you was going into how these other nations teach their youth.
Oh yeah,
You know,
because where the other nations, because it was a brother, he's kind of well traveled, and he explained to me that he went through China and went through the Arab countries. He was a Muslim dude, and so he was kind of pretty well traveled throughout the eastern part of the world. And he said that in China he saw where the Chinese taught their kids that they were above Jake, they're above the so-called black man. And he also said when he went to the Arab countries, he said that the Arabs also taught the same thing, that the Arabs are above the so-called black man. And he said, so what he has seen throughout all his travels, even here in America, the so-called white man teaches that the white man is above the black man. And he says, so what does that say about our people? What are we teaching our people? But see, when you come over here to these lands, our people teach to love, which is contrary to what the other,
to love their oppressors.
yeah, to love their oppressors. And so, which is contrary to what those other nations are teaching, because they understand, if you look at what that guy was saying, if you go to Psalms 83, you'll see that those enemies of Israel, Moab, Ammon, all these people are confederate against us.
That's right.
And this guy he wasn't even coming from the scriptures. He was coming from his experiences throughout the world. And so that just lets you know that these people, man, they really don't have any love. And our people are always trying to seek love from those that hate them, man.
Yeah. And when you go ahead and read that real quick, Doc, just like you were going into.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Most High thy power has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
But guess what? Jake want to be equal. Jake is still fighting to be equal with another nation.
Yeah.
Right.
Another nation that hates it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Not even above.
Yeah.
See, when you get into this truth, your mind gets renewed, and you understand that if you're the chosen people of the Lord, you're above all people on the planet. Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Plain and simple.
But see, Jake don't teach his kids that thing, man.
Yeah.
Cause see, and, you know, and
Jake has been, their mind has been under the control of Esau to push for equality.
And even that, likewise on that, and that's a level of it out. Cause see, when you go to these Israelite groups, some Israelite groups don't need to tell you not to even teach your children.
Yeah.
So how will they know? How will they know anything, man? They'll be growing up with the mindset of a so-called Edomite teaching, man.
Yeah.
To embrace all people, you know.
Yeah. And that's basically the reason why a lot of Jakes that get into that find out that they're Israel, they get very uncomfortable when they hear that we say that we're above all people on the planet.
Yeah.
They get very uncomfortable because the Babylonian juice is that we're all equal.
Exactly.
We all bleed the same blood. No, we don't. We bleed the blood of Jacob. Y'all bleed the blood of the other nations.
That's right.
Or the blood that we have is better than yours, period.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean that
we got the royal bloodline.
yeah, that's scriptural. That's according to the text, man.
Right. Yeah. We bleed a different blood than you. You know? Right. Yo, get me real quick, Jeremiah 2:14. No?
That's right.
This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled?
Exactly. Why is he spoiled? Keep going.
The young lions roar upon him and yell, and they made his land waste. His cities are burned without inhabitant. Also the children of Nob and Tahaphanes have broken the crown of thy head. Hast thou not procured this upon thyself?
Yep.
In that thou hast forsaken Yahweh thy power, when he led thee by the way? And now what hast thou to do in the way of Egypt? To drink the waters of Seir.
This is what they're doing. They're in the way of Egypt right now, drinking the waters of Egypt, which is also here.
Yeah.
Right.
This place
Right.
is going to be spiritually called Egypt and Sodom. That's
right.
Yeah.
If you don't know, go to the Washington Monument. They got an obelisk. Look at your dollar bill.
Yeah.
They got a pyramid on.
Right.
Okay, because really these people, your rulers of this world, these Edomites, they're elite. They're really just they're spiritual Hamites, man. They're wannabe Hamites. Everything that they push and believe in goes back to all these other Hamitic nations.